Perhaps you've considered cleaning your solar panels and whether it's worth your time or money. Stay tuned because I will share with you what you can expect from cleaning your solar panels, how I did it when I used to have solar, and the calculation you should use to determine if cleaning the panels is worth it. Welcome back to the DroneQuote YouTube channel. I'm Sinuan. Clients often ask our consultants whether or not they should clean their solar panels, how to do it, and how often to do it. In this video, I will share 5 things to consider before you break out your wallet and pay someone to do it, or even before you do it yourself. First, you should consider that panel soiling depends on where you live. When I had solar, I lived too close to a busy roadway with a lot of traffic contributing to panel soiling. There was also an orange tree right next to our solar panels, and often I would see what looked like pollen spots on the solars. Other nearby trees housed birds, so it wasn't uncommon to find bird droppings on the panels. And of course, the wind carried stuff that would just land and settle on the solars. Trees, nearby traffic or construction, dirt roads, birds, and wind can all make the solars mucho dirty. Number 2, let me share how I would clean my solar panels. When I first installed the system, I would haul a Ryobi electric pressure washer up with me to the roof, but I quickly gave that up. I resorted to using this brush, which I got on Amazon, and it made the job a lot easier. Along with the brush, I would bring a 2-gallon bucket and drag up the hose with a garden nozzle. I half filled the bucket with water and some dish soap and scrubbed and rinsed. My panels were installed in rows because the roof was flat and I needed to make room for shade, so it made it easy to scrub one row at a time and then hose it off. This method won't work for you unless you have a flat roof. My system consisted of 20 panels and it would take me about 30 minutes for the entire job. The next thing to consider is what happens if you don't clean your solar panels. I should start by asking, what happens if you don't wash your car? Does it still work? Absolutely. So the short answer is nothing happens but a minimal loss of electricity output. It is important to note that the time of year plays a significant impact in how soiling affects panel performance. Consider that around winter solstice, your electricity production will be lower. So if you produce 600 kilowatt hours on an average winter month and soiling losses amount to 5%, you lose 30 kilowatt hours. On the contrary, if you generate 1,200 kilowatt hours on an average summer month and lose 5% to soiling, now you're out 60 kilowatt hours. That's what happens. The fourth consideration is how to know when to clean your solar panels if they do in fact need cleaning. Unless indicators like bird droppings make it abundantly clear that you need a shotgun and a brush with soapy water, or if the writing is on the panel, it can be challenging to know if your panels are dirty enough to clean. Sure, you may notice soiling. However, answering the question of whether or not you should clean your panels should be done through a mathematical calculation. How much additional power you get from cleaning your panels will depend on how dirty they are. If you consider the example with the bird droppings, you may increase output by 15%. This photo claims a 20% loss due to the very dirty panels. I don't know. That's all speculation on my part since I don't have empirical data with the photo to support these numbers. I do, however, remember my own time cleaning my solar panels. During the winter months, I averaged an increase of about 3% after cleaning because rainy days helped rinse off the panels beforehand, so less soiling accumulated. I once saw an increase of 9% during the summer months because the dry summer days allowed for more soiling to accumulate. Your results will vary due to the same factors mentioned earlier. Those are trees, nearby traffic or construction, dirt roads, birds, etc. The fifth thing to consider is your return on investment. As I mentioned, I used to clean the solar panels because accessing and walking on the roof was relatively easy. I can't speak for how much it cost to clean them because I always did it myself. But let's say that cleaning my 20-panel system would cost $150. If I paid to clean the panels twice a year, that would be $300. I wouldn't do it in the rainy time of year because that would be a waste but assume I did it on the 1st of March when production ramps up for the year, and I'd get 992 kilowatt hours with soiled panels. If I gained 5%, that would equal 50 kilowatt hours. Then I paid to clean them again in June when I'd otherwise get 1150 kilowatt hours with dirty panels. If I gain 10%, that would equal to 115 kilowatt hours of electricity output. Between the two cleanings, I gained 165 kilowatt hours. Now let's use today's cost of electricity in San Diego, where it is mad expensive, and assume an average kilowatt hour price of 55 cents, which I think is still higher than reality. 55 cents multiplied by 165 kilowatt hours equals $90. And folks, I have to say I'm stretching the math in favor of cleaning panels right now. Because I did the work myself, I would have made $90 worth of additional electricity. But if I paid somebody for this service 2 times at the cost of $300, then it would cost me $300 to make $90. Now, math was never my strong suit, but if my calculation is correct, it seems like I lost $210. I get that there will be exceptions to the rule, like those images you saw earlier of the dirtiest of dirty solar panels, but I'm having a hard time making a case for cleaning solar panels. I'll break down the formula here to drive the point about calculating your return on investment for cleaning solar panels. Take the cost of cleaning your solar panels, whether in dollars or time, if you do it yourself, and subtract the total output gain multiplied by the cost of electricity in your area. If you end up with a negative number, like I did in the previous example, the juice may not be worth the squeeze. Do you know what's more important than cleaning the solar panels? Monitoring solar performance. If your panels aren't performing due to some issue, you're back to buying power from the grid. Properly setting up your monitoring to automatically notify you of anomalies or problems will provide you with a significantly greater return on investment than cleaning your solar panels. And the best part is doing so will only cost you 5 minutes of your time. Click on the screen where I describe in more detail why losing sight of solar panel monitoring can cost you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars and truckloads of frustration or regret. And I'll see you on the next video.